Hi everyone. This is SmartAleck24. I'm doing another update video. I know it's kind of a joke to do one of these per year, just because I don't know. I tend to do just one video a year for this kind of thing, but I wanted to make another one, and just to make it a little different, you can watch some terrible gameplay footage of me playing Donkey Kong Land 2. Anyways, I want to give a little bit of a personal update, and just kind of talk about a few things that are going on in my personal life. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. It's just this will affect like stream and stuff like that moving forward. So I have some notes with me, but I didn't rehearse this or anything. So however this comes out, it's how it comes out. So I feel like I say this a lot, just over time, but it continues to be true. I am just getting busier with my life. I got a promotion at work a little bit over a month ago, and I started working 30 hours a week now, and there could be a day where I work even more than that. We'll cross that bridge if we get to it. But it's getting harder to find time to do really anything, whether it's streaming or hanging out in Discord voice chat, or even other stuff that I do with my free time, like playing other kinds of video games casually, or exercising, or even just spending time with family. It gets harder to find time to do all the stuff I want to do. But the thing is that I kind of realized that I needed to make some changes to it. I kind of came to the conclusion, and I spoke with my therapist about this, that I barely give myself like quote me time. I've always had this issue where I just don't take care of myself. I do a lot better job today. But growing up, I wouldn't take care of myself at all. I would skip, eating. Like I would only sleep a few hours a night, and I wouldn't like take a nap or anything. If I needed it, I should say. But anyways, lately I feel like I just haven't quite been taking care of myself. I don't think it was like all of a sudden out of nowhere. I started feeling the effects. I think it was just a very slow, gradual process where I felt fine. But I think it just kind of came to the realization that it's like, you know what? Like, I've had a few of these thoughts, or, I've thought to myself, maybe I should make some changes. But I guess now is kind of the point where it's like, yeah, we really need to start doing that. But I think it was just slowly getting to a point. It was slowly boiling, and now it's tipping over. But the main thing that's kind of causing this is there's two things. One, I rarely take breaks, which that's a problem. And then the other thing is that I tend to treat everything like work. So I have a job, like I talked about, but then like when I'm done working, then I'm working on a speed run, or I'm working on some sort of project for stream, or I'm creating stream plans, etc. But again, like that would all just feel like work. I kind of forgot how to have fun, really. And it wears down on you. It's it's difficult because I want to do a lot of these things that I'm like planning, or I want to do various speed runs or whatever, but I just don't have the time. And I think what happens is I start, instead of taking time away from stream so that I can, just kind of chill, do what I feel like doing, just kind of unplug from the internet. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm pushing myself when it's not necessary. I don't need to be pushing myself this hard. Um, I'm not ashamed to say it or anything like that, but I barely have made any money doing Twitch for the past 9.5 years almost. Um, you know, if this was my full time job, obviously I'd have to stick it out. But for some reason, I do it anyways. Um, I don't need to be treating this like another job. I should just be kind of screwing around and having fun and not be super hard on myself, I guess. There was a point in my life where I was kind of like trying to grind to see if I could maybe grow the viewer count, etc. Didn't work out. But that was like 5, 6 years ago, maybe. Time flies. Um, but yeah, simply put, it's just I'm treating everything I do in my life like work. I don't take time to just, hey, what would I want to do that doesn't involve me working or doing something that feels like a job? Um, I can't live on the internet 24/7. On my job, I work remotely, so I'm on the internet all the time. Um, I don't really have any friends like in proximity, at least like anymore, really. Um, so I can't just like go out like once a week and go hang out with other people. Um, so I think I was just plugged into the internet too much. Speaking of, I don't know if have I uploaded any videos recently? I don't remember, but I no longer have my Twitter/X account, and I no longer have Blue Sky. Two reasons. One, I rarely post, or at least I kind of stopped posting regularly on both accounts. So I was just like, all I was doing was reading stuff. And I think it was just kind of like, you know what? I think it's just time to get off because, um, you know, there would be social media posts that I'm just like, okay, like it reminded me of my Facebook days, honestly, where people just used it to scream into the void, which would be fine, except I can see the void and I can see, what people are saying or, all sorts of, just all sorts of junk, really. Um, and I considered getting off of social media sooner. The other thing is just Blue Sky in particular. There's not a ton of people I follow, and we still have connections like via Twitch or whatever. So it was just I said, you know what, it's time. I'm gonna I'm gonna hop off of social media. And I actually talked to my therapist about it too, kind of telling him like, yeah, all I do is read stuff, and some stuff is fine to read. Like, some of it's okay. And some of like people venting and everything is okay every once in a while, but it felt like every day I was reading something that I'm just like, I'm like, not that I don't care. It's just I just didn't want to see it, I suppose. Um, but anyways, I just said, you know what, I'm getting off. It's just not good for me mentally. It's why I got off of Facebook a long time ago because I mean, mental health reasons was the main thing. I thought that by getting off of Facebook I would lose social connections, but really it's like I was I was just so glued to, okay, what is this person doing? What are they doing? How are they living a happy life? And how can I compare that to whatever I'm doing? Which isn't healthy. So I finally just said, you know what? I've had enough. I'm going to cease social media. The only stuff I have as of this video are Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. So that's going to be it for now. Uh, if something else comes along in the future that I feel like making an account for, we'll go from there. But I can't think of anything else I'd want to make an account for. Um, so anyways, that's I already kind of jumped into this, but that's one major change I've made just to my life in general. But I have a few more, and this I can understand this would sound like bad news, and I wish it didn't come to this, but I've had to, I gotta take care of myself. So what I'm planning to do is I'm not quitting. I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing, but I am going to significantly cut down on everything I'm doing, whether it's hanging out in Discord voice chat, whether it's streaming or speed running, whatever. We're cutting back on that quite a bit. It could be, I mean, I don't want to give a definitive number right now, but it could be, like I stream once a week and then I also do one VC session a week. It could be something like that. Or it might be like I stream 2 or 3 times a week, or like I feel like streaming a few times a week, but we play a casual game. Like I don't do anything too aggressive. Um, or maybe I'll have a burst of energy and I'll be like, hey, I want to do this speed run for this week. It could be something like that. But I would always feel like I had to do something with my free time each night. Or, I feel like I had to stay connected, or I feel like I had to let people know that I was still alive and still on the internet, etc. I would feel guilty anytime that I was like, hey, I can't stream tonight, or, hey, I gotta cancel this. I would feel guilty because um, I don't really know why, but it's I'll admit it's silly to think that, but um, that's how my brain likes to play tricks on me, I guess. Um, but I mentioned earlier this concept of like me time, and that is what I'm gonna try to focus on is just give myself time to do, you know, whatever I feel like doing. And if it feels like work, I don't have to still push through it. I can just be like, you know what? Hey, I don't have the energy for this, or, hey, I want to do this, but now it's not the time. And give myself a chance to be like, okay, you know what? I'm stepping away from that. I'm going to go do something else. Um, I will make sort of an aside here. So as I'm recording this, I do have the Tiny 10 race coming up, 10 Game Boys, 10 Game Boy games in a row. I'm still planning to do that, of course, but if what I'm doing now makes it to where I don't do any more multi-game races, then so be it. Worst case scenario, if I really want to do a list of games that I thought was fun, I can, do it in my own time and submit my run to speedrun.com, because now that's a thing. Now you can submit multi-game race lists like all to speedrun.com, which is kind of cool. I like that. Anyways, so the other change, which this doesn't affect stream or anything, but I am going to start taking breaks during my work. The good thing is that I have a flexible schedule. So what I'm planning to do is halfway through my shift, I'm going to log out of my work stuff and take a break for about an hour or so. That was my initial thinking, and my therapist was like, yeah, I like that idea. Go ahead and try that. He recommended, schedule a break and have a list of stuff you would rather do besides work. And so if I want to exercise for a little bit, I wrote down a list of games I might try playing. Um, so I have a list of stuff that I can try doing. So I will be doing that instead of working constantly, because I would go my entire shift just working. Or what I would do is I would, work a bunch and then I would feel tired. So I would go take a nap, but then I would nap for like 3 hours. Then I'd wake up even more tired than before. And then I'd finish my shift and I would still be like, okay, well, I still have to go to bed kind of early tonight. I don't, but it just, yeah, I need to take better care of myself. I can still, of course, if I still want to take a nap, I can, but I I should probably take breaks. Because I mean, I tried that a few days ago, just kind of see what it would be like, and it felt nice actually. It felt nice to get up and go do a jigsaw puzzle instead of sitting at the computer all day. And then it's weird, like I felt like I had more energy after my break. That's I feel like that's the point of a break, but yeah, that's that's what I'm going to be doing is if I want to take a break or even if I just want to like go out and like go to the park and take a walk or something. Again, the point being I need to be taking breaks during work. And I think because I'm not going to be pushing myself so hard like for stream or anything, I think it will be a lot easier to find the time for stuff like that. Um so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Um I'm just looking at my notes. Yeah, the only other thing is I won't force myself to do speed runs if I just don't have the desire to do them. There's stuff I want to do, but I would always be like, okay, I need to have something to do for stream this day. And so I would force myself to kind of pick something, or I'd be like, well, I don't know which one of these things I want to do. Um, but now it's like I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to push myself for it. I'm just going to, when I have the motivation, or if sometimes like I'll randomly feel like I want to do something or I want to go back to a game randomly. I I feel like I should act on that better, because sometimes what I do is, like, for example, there was a time when I wanted to go back to Sky Blazer, a Super Nintendo game, because my time is very bad, but there's a new tutorial for it and everything. There was a time where I really wanted to go back and play it, but something, I can't remember what I was doing, but I was doing something else, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll just have to wait until this point. But then that point came, and I didn't want to play it. um, so I think also this will inspire me to do more casual stuff on my stream. Again, I'm not like quitting speed running, but I think it will be easier for me to want to do casual stuff, because sometimes I would take breaks and play casual games, which would be fine. There was never an issue with that, but I think what I kind of got into was I would schedule a time where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but then we have to go back to speedrunning. It's like I don't have to do that, or I shouldn't feel like I have to do that. So, anyways, the too long didn't read version of this, or didn't listen, I guess. I'm gonna stop treating everything like work, or I'm gonna do what I can to stop treating everything like work. Take breaks. If I feel stuck or anything, I will just try to mix things up. There's going to be less streaming, less VC moving forward, but it's not. I think this is kind of the part that's making this hard for me personally. I don't want people to think that it's like it's nobody's fault or anything. If anything, it's just because I wish I could stay awake all the time and never have to go to sleep. That would be ideal, but no, it's not anything like that. Um, it's I don't. The worst thing would be for somebody to be like, oh, you're spending less time with friends, etc. It's like, on one hand, I am taking less time to be online or hang out in Discord or whatever. I mean, to be fair, I use Discord every day, multiple hours a day, I guess, but I I don't want people to feel like I'm abandoning them, I guess. That's my worst fear, I guess, or my worst feeling is when it feels like somebody has abandoned me or ditched me or whatever. um, I don't want to feel like I'm doing that. if if it feels like I'm around less, that's true, but I still want to be around, if that makes sense. I want to be around, but I also need to make sure that I'm not living chronically on the internet, because it's not good for me. I will say I'm glad I caught all of this before this got worse, because there have been times where I've known that I've had some sort of an issue, but then it would kind of spiral out of control before it was, before I could do anything about it. But as soon as I noticed that this was happening, I'm like, you know what? Before this gets out of hand, let's do something. So, but yeah, I'm still gonna be around, of course. Nothing on that end is changing. It's just I won't be doing everything all the time, if that makes sense. Sorry, again, maybe I should have rehearsed this or anything, but I've pretty much gone through all my notes. So, of course, if anybody has questions or anything, I'm open to answering those. But yeah, that's just kind of my personal update. Is I got to take care of myself, so I will. And if it gets to a point where find that I have all this extra time to do stuff, hey, maybe I'll kind of do what I used to do, which was like stream like 4 times a week or whatever. But that's there's no guarantee on that or anything. So if you listen this long and you haven't fallen asleep, first off, thank you. And yeah, I hope to see you around either on YouTube or Discord or Twitch or whatever. And yeah, by the way, I was just randomly playing DKL2, which is what you're seeing right now. Surprisingly, I was doing okay. I had a couple stupid deaths, but maybe I should like actually try to beat this game someday. I don't know if I'd ever speedrun it, but all right. I think I've covered everything I want to cover. I don't want to make this video too long. But again, that's what's going on with my life. Everything's going well. My job is going well, which I'm very happy about. Simply put, it's just I I can't treat everything like a job, because that's not a way to live your life, Okay. I think I literally have the footage. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, you gotta fly up higher, dude. Once I beat this level. Once Past Alec beats this level. Spoiler alert, I beat this level. But once I beat it, I'll probably cut the video. Come on, you're almost there. Keep going up, dude. What are you doing, man? Yeah, that's the G, but you missed everything. So yeah, I hope I should probably say this. I hope all of you are doing well, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. That's what I would encourage you all to do. Take care of yourselves. Don't push yourself. Take breaks when you need to, and everything should work out okay. All right. Thank you guys for listening, and take care.